Ah, you are the one I seek. Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world. The matter is for your ears only. My benefactor awaits you in the Patheri house, near Tradesman Square. Do not tarry.
Whoa there! Are you alright? The name's Lyris. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it. Dead. Must have been the runt of the litter. Keep your weapon ready and stay sharp. This place is full of surprises. Keep moving. There are more Daedra on the way.
Don't stop now. Keep moving. More guards are on the way.
Let's keep moving. Let's get out of here, my friend. The Prophet.
Greetings, Resident. Like you, I am a prisoner in this place. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. The Prophet. He's a prisoner here, too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. He must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. Tamriel's a long way from here. He's a strange one, no doubt about it. But he's the wisest man I've ever met. He sees things. The past, the future. You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore. Think of the most miserable, depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Coldharbour. And to top it off, well, there's no easy way to say it. You're dead. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of oblivion. I don't understand any of it myself. A man named Menemarco. His worm cult is doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone in this prison to the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. After you died, whatever was left showed up here. They call you the Soul Shriven. It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Coldharbour, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course, you come with me. I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here, same as you. These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels. Magical constructs created by Molag Bal to guide his vision in Coldharbour. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will be blinded. With any luck, that will buy us the time we need to free the Prophet. Be ready for anything. I doubt Molag Bal left the Sentinels unguarded. I'll tell you more when we get there. And we'll never get there if we don't get moving. Well played, friend. Marquez Beard, you are good in a fight.
A god of brutality knows of your escape. Hurry!
The god of schemes can see every part of Coldharbour. We need to distract him. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will also be blinded for a time. It won't be easy. We won't stand a chance unless we can blind them. Come get some more, you skeeving horkers! What was your name again? Target practice? Try to be inconspicuous. We just got free of this place. The last thing we need is to get recaptured. I'll keep watch. Quickly! While he's blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell. The Prophet's enclosure isn't far. Let's go.
Fool! You will never escape my realm.
Hermamora's wagging tongue. The door's warded. We'll never get in this way. Damn it. Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us. Cadwell is the oldest of the Soul Shriven. After years of torment, Soul Shriven usually go insane and turn feral. But not Cadwell. He was already insane before he left Tamriel. Mad as a box of frogs, but completely harmless. You'll see. He's usually down by the river. Let's go find him.
One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings got up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their bows, and stabbed themselves.
Cadwell sees things as he wishes them to be. To him, Coldharbour is a wondrous place. It's his home. And he knows it like the back of his hand. Cadwell's a legend among the Soul Shriven. In Tamriel, he was mocked and dismissed. Here, he's respected. He's an odd duck, no question. But he knows all the secret paths of Coldharbour.
Hello, what's this? Out for a stroll then? Lovely day for it. Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in. Much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt, actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull-bashing as well. Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light, and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him my best. Well, there's not much to tell, is there? It's the same old pish-tosh, gallant knight, epic quests, rescued maidens. I came to this land when my head was quite unceremoniously separated from my body. Bad luck that, but you make the best of things. Oh, quite a long time. In fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I was the oldest of the Soul Shriven. Of those who didn't go feral, that is. I know every tunnel and path, every nook and cranny. The others look up to me, I suppose. Ah, Lyris, girl's as mad as sheer Gorus jammies. Heart's in the right place, I suppose. Says she's got to rescue the Prophet to save us all from eternal torment. How an old blind man could do that is quite beyond me. An imperial gentleman. Apparently he was once a powerful mage, but the years haven't been kind. Lyris says he knows of a path back to Tamriel. I rather think that if one existed, I'd have found it by now. I hadn't actually given it much thought. Anything's possible, I suppose. Truth is, I've been here so long, this place feels like home. But a good uprising now and again is a pleasant diversion, so where's the harm, eh? Best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you?
Who taught that one to fight? The god of self-punishment? Cadwell seems to think this Undercroft is a delightful place. It probably means it's a death trap. Better be careful. This place stinks of death and decay. The sooner you get that door open, the sooner we can get out of here. The Prophet's cage should be just ahead. Quickly now, we haven't much time. All right. The good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place. I need to swap places with the Prophet. Believe me, I wish there was, but I don't see anyone else here with a beating heart, do you? If Molag Bal isn't stopped, he'll destroy everyone and everything we've ever loved. Once it's done, get moving. The Prophet will know where to go, but he'll need your eyes and your protection.
Freedom! I remember this feeling. It will be fleeting, though, if Molag Bal has his way. Thank the divines you are safe. There is that, at least. Lyra sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. But I promise you, once we escape Coldharbour, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige. That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor. The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Coldharbour. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it. Up the stairs, quickly! We must get to the anchor mooring!
The mortal thinks it can defy me. Futile. Soon your world will be in my chains.
Come! I will protect you! Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first, you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. To do this, you will need a Sky Shard. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn. Some link them to Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb. Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing. There, quickly, collect the Sky Shard. Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Molag Bal be denied. Hurry! We must go now! Vestige awakens once again. Come here, we must speak. As I feared, we arrived in different locations. I am in a city of industry where men speak of intrigues and plots beneath layers of innuendo and pleasantry. It matters not. You have awakened once again, and we must set you on your path. Be wary, Vestige. Our very plane of existence is in peril. The threat of Molag Bal looms across all Tamriel, and chaos spreads in its shadow. Danger roams the land and will assume many forms. Do not let it catch you off guard. I must focus on searching for a way to repay Lyris's bold sacrifice. I cannot simply abandon her to the wrath of Molag Bal. The voids between worlds disrupted all sense of time and space. I know only that you were deposited into the sea, and some charitable soul fished you out and brought you to dry land. You must find your own path, but perhaps there is a reason for the place in which you find yourself. Explore, search for a cause to lend your hand. Join with others. You might even seek out those who rescued you from the sea. The choice is yours. Indeed, I sense that even now, there are good people near you who face grave danger. They need your assistance, should you be willing to give it. To thwart the will of Molag Bal, we must skirmish with evil wherever it rears its head. We do not face these troubled times alone. Many shall rise up to fight this tide of darkness. Wherever you go, you will encounter others who share your courage and valor. Help them if you can, and enlist their aid if you have need of it. We will meet again. There is still much we need to accomplish.
The withered stalk flowers again. It is good to see you, alive and well. You're on the Spearhead, Captain Kaleem's ship. We found you floating in the water. I'd seen corpses with more life in them, but Captain Kaleem dove in and fished you out anyway. The captain of this vessel. She's currently ashore, recruiting for our latest contract. You might want to pay your respects, seeing as she saved your life.
Look at that, Lambor. Our half-drowned friend is up and about. We weren't sure you'd make it. I just fished you out of the water. Master Kassan got you breathing again. The important thing is you're alive. We leave for Betnik, an orc island that hasn't yet joined the Covenant. I hope to change that. This is home, and we'll be here for a while. Careful here. These orcs aren't yet part of the Covenant, but I'm working on that. Feel free to check out Stonetooth Fortress. Maybe you'll meet a nice orc. They aren't fools, proud as the Seamount clan are. They can't deny the Covenant's strength in numbers, and they'll make a mountain of coin-selling weapons to our alliance.
Good thing you sailed in with Captain Kaleem. Outsiders aren't welcome on Betnik, especially not now. Bloodthorn cultists attacked the fortress. You're lucky you don't look like them, or you'd have a spear in your belly.
I trust you are here to help. Dark rituals are being performed around the island. I first smelled the corruption on the wind. Then my shaman found evidence at an Ayleid ruin nearby.
Bloodthorn cult. They're raising zombies all over the graveyard. I'm here to keep the people out until War Chief Tazgul arrives and crushes them all.
Greetings, stranger. You are not a cultist. Help us defeat these necromancers. The Bloodthorn cult's necromancy corrupts nature. They're led by reachmen of the worst sort, allies of Manamarco. They raise our dead to assault the orcs. This desecration must end. The honored dead are at rest once again. The cult focused all their power into their abominations. Now these are dust and ash. The threat to us is ended, but the threat to you remains. King Redwick wishes to repay our debt to you. Speak to him. Learn your true peril.
You have returned my people to their rest. I wish to repay you, but I have only information to give. The Seamount orcs attacked generations ago. They took our island. Under their rule, what we called Betany became Betnik. My failure to defend my people was unforgivable. But how I attempted to defeat the orcs was worse. I attempted necromancy. An ancient Ayleid relic is buried on this island. The Bloodthorn seek its power. Enter the portal beside me. You'll see my last day through the eyes of my enemies. Learn what you can.
Ayleids! Damn you, help me!
Yes, I feel your power. But how do you work?
Renwick! Surrender now, and I'll spare your worthless life!
Stay back! I hold destruction in my hands!
Magic cannot save you! Surrender or die!
Leave now, or I'll use this relic to obliterate you!
You will not harm my people! Draw steel!
Help me! Help me, damn you all!
Targoth! Bury this elf-loving fool! Those who remain will accept exile or die!
I was a fool. An arrogant, overconfident fool. I should have listened to them all. Even my death failed my people. Once I summoned the relic's power, I realized what it demanded of me. Souls. It craves souls. I would not pay that price, but the Bloodthorn will. They will raise this undead army and slaughter you all. The Ayleid relic is the key.
Living and yet without a soul. How can this be? A terror unseen for millennia has been unleashed. Death and eternal torment await all in this land. What hope do you have of stopping forces you cannot understand? You lack a soul. That loss may serve you in good stead inside. Lead the way to the door, and I will help open it.
It's opening. Get ready, everyone.
First move quietly. The enemy is weak.
Let's move.
We're right behind you, Captain.
No time to waste. Find that relic.
We'll hold here. Keep moving.
Strange that such a small thing can cause such terror. It must be destroyed. The relic is gone, and my people's souls are at rest. I thank you for your choice.
One less Ayleid relic to plague our world. Good. Your actions have revealed a vulnerability. I thought my tribe safe on our island. This Bloodthorn attack proved me wrong. Only you and your friends on the Spearhead united were able to save this island. Months ago, Sir Lannis offered membership in the Daggerfall Covenant. I refused. You showed me I was wrong. We need allies. I would ask you to travel to Glenumbra and give Sir Lannis my petition to join. I've ordered Captain Colleen to sail you there.
The proud city of Daggerfall greets you. Can I help you with something? The Seamount Warchief? Impressive. I don't know what you did to convince him, friend. But you have my gratitude. Well done. I will take this petition to High King Emmerich immediately. Enjoy your stay in Daggerfall.
There you are. Do not panic. Only you can see me. Come, we have to talk. Listen well. I have located a safe harbor from which we might plan our course of action. You must meet me there. I awoke in a city of Bretons, its air heavy with the smells of baked bread, horses, and intrigue. Daggerfall. The Harborage is in an abandoned cave outside the city. I hear familiar footfalls. Come closer, Vestige. Welcome to the Harborage, Vestige. This is as comfortable a home as an old dried-up husk like myself could hope for. Despite my blindness, nay, because of it, my other senses seem to have heightened. This place had the right smell about it. Before we truly understand our destination, we must speak of the past. Without an understanding of where we are bound, every road will get us nowhere. I invite you to enter my mind and walk with me through visions of the past, that you might understand the events that brought us to this time, this moment. Enter my mind, Vestige, and walk with me through the shadows of past events. Follow me, Vestige, and learn of the events that precipitated our current crisis. My part in the story began when I awoke on the steps of the Abbey of the Moth Priests, with no memory of my prior life. The Moth Priests took pity upon me and brought me into their fold. I was weak and near death. It was there I first set eyes upon the Elder Scrolls and devoted my life to their study. The scrolls allowed me to glimpse the very fabric of reality, but each profound insight dimmed my vision and eventually left me permanently blinded to the light of the world. The prophecies of the Elder Scrolls are a fluid, living thing. They are not fixed. At many points throughout history, the actions of heroic mortals have rewritten them. I only know that you are important, Vestige. The scrolls reveal to me that your destiny is intertwined with that of the Five Companions. The Five Companions were a band of adventurers who sought out an ancient artifact called the Amulet of Kings. They hoped to use this artifact to persuade Akatosh, the dragon god, to accept their leader as one of the Dragonborn. Baron Aquilarius, the son of Colovian Duke, who led a rebellion against the Emperor Leovic and took the crown himself. Alas, Baron was not truly a Dragonborn, as those who sit upon the ruby throne must be, in accordance with tradition. The Dragonborn are mortals destined for greatness, with the blood of the dragons in their veins. It is said that only a true Dragonborn can ignite the eternal dragon fires in the Imperial City. You have already heard enough babbling from this old blind fool. It is time you met the Five Companions yourself and witnessed their fate. The first companion, Lyris Titanborn, daughter of giants, was the mightiest warrior in the service of the Emperor. Next, Abner Tharn, a powerful sorcerer and Grand Chancellor to the Imperial Elder Council. The Red Guard Swordmaster, Sai Sahan, leader of the Imperial Dragon Guard. The Imperial Emperor, Baron Aquilarius, who attempted to light the dragon fires and failed. And finally, Manamako, the traitor, the King of Worms, a powerful necromancer, and your executioner. These were the Five Companions who set out from the Imperial City on an epic quest to recover the lost Amulet of Kings. Manamako convinced Varen that the amulet could be used to perform a ritual that would rekindle the dragonfires. He claimed this would please Akatosh and entice him to adopt Varen as one of the Dragonborn. By tradition, only the Dragonborn can lay claim to the Ruby Throne and rule as the one true Emperor by divine right. Varen conquered Cyrodiil and took the throne, but unless he became Dragonborn, he feared he'd always be thought of as a pretender. Each of the Five Companions were chosen for their skill and courage, and each was given a special role to perform in the party. You've already met Lyris. She's a Nord warrior from the frozen lands of Skyrim to the north, and it is said that her family lineage contains the blood of giants. Varen chose her for her strength and her loyalty to be his personal bodyguard. Sai Sahan came from a long line of Red Guard Swordmaster nobles. He was the leader of the Dragon Guard, the security detail of Varen and the Elder Council. While Lyris was Varen's bodyguard, Sai was charged with protecting the entire group. The Tharns are one of the most influential families in Cyrodiil. Abner, their patriarch, is the leader of the Elder Council, a powerful battle mage and a shrewd politician. With his council, Varen was able to seize the Imperial throne years before. Manamako the traitor, the great enemy, the most powerful necromancer this world has ever known. His worm cult infiltrates and corrupts every corner of Tamriel. It was he who convinced Varen to perform the ritual you are about to witness. Now watch and see how one man's arrogance brought about the greatest threat our world has ever known.
There it is. The Dragonfire Brazier. Manimarco, you certain this will work?
It will work, my liege. The Amulet of Kings will rekindle the dragon fires and ensure your rightful place as Emperor. You have my word.
It better work, Manimarco, or you'll find your neck at the business end of my axe.
My lord, I wonder if you'd muzzle your half-giant pet. She really is annoying.
Enough, both of you. We are here to ensure my lord's rightful claim to the Ruby Throne.
Abner, begin the ritual. I have a destiny to fulfill. By the lighting of the dragon fires, I claim my rightful lineage. By the fires of creation, let me be reborn. By the will of Akatosh, I proclaim myself Dragonborn!
Baron Aquilarius, you are no heir to Alessia. You will pay for your sacrilege. The veil between Tamriel and Oblivion tears and splits asunder.
What's happening? The sky's opening up. This is bad. This is very bad. Ah!
This isn't supposed to happen. What's the meaning of this? Manimarco, what have you done?
Gullible fools! The veil between Oblivion and this world has been torn. My master, Moloch Baal, is free to claim Tamriel for his own.
Akatosh! Forgive me! Have mercy on our souls!
The ritual tore the veil between Nan and Oblivion, allowing Manimarco to begin stealing the souls his master needed to power the Dark Anchors and initiate the Plainmen. Akatosh gave Alessia the Amulet of Kings as a symbol of his covenant with Nan. So long as the amulet remained in the care of Alessia's heirs and the dragon fires remained lit, Tamriel would be protected from the Daedra. Manimarco tricked Varen into breaking the covenant, and the veil between Oblivion and Nan was torn. The Elder Scrolls named this event the Soul Burst. It gave Moloch Baal the opportunity to disconnect the souls of Nan from their hosts. Varen was lost. In the chaos of the moment, Sai-Sahan took the Amulet of Kings and fled. Leris was captured by Manimarco and delivered to Coldharbour, the realm of Moloch Baal. Tharn remains Chancellor of the Elder Council, and his daughter Clivio rules as Empress Regent, but the true power remains in the hands of Manimarco and his worm cult. When I discovered the truth about the 5 companions, I made subtle inquiries, but apparently not subtle enough. Manimarco got word of my interests and abducted me. He took me to Coldharbour, where I remained a prisoner until you freed me. The truth is always a threat to evil men. Manimarco feared I would reveal his treachery, and if knowledge of Nan's vulnerability were to become known, it could threaten his master's schemes. Moloch Baal does not favor loose ends. Walk with me. Long ago was written, so long as the Amulet of Kings was borne by Alessia's heirs, Tamriel would be protected from the forces of Oblivion. But the Soul Burst tore the veil between worlds and gave Moloch Baal the opportunity he desired. Moloch Baal's dark anchors pierce the torn veil and seek to draw Nan into the depths of Coldharbour. These terrible engines of destruction have been appearing all throughout Tamriel. If the Lord of Brutality and Domination is successful, he will merge our world and his own in a terrible plane meld. Few will survive the ordeal, and those that do will be enslaved for all eternity. And so it falls to us, Vestige. We must stop Moloch Baal and his dark anchors, or our world is doomed. And now history seems to have caught up with us. Shall we return to the Harborage? And so it begins. The remainder of the story has yet to be written. It is your story now, and there is so much to do. But know this, you will not walk this path alone. We must grow in strength and in numbers. You will need more than the company of an old blind man to alter the course of history. We must assemble our own group of companions. The first you have already met. Lyris sacrificed her own freedom to allow us to escape. She remains a prisoner in Coldharbour. I must determine her precise location if we are to mount a rescue. That will take time. Minamako's agents leave a web of lies and deceit. They pit the races of Tamriel against one another and divert their attention from the real threat. Seek out these agents wherever they can be found and expose their lies. Forgive me. Bringing you to my mind seems to have taken quite a toll on me. I must rest. I will contact you when the time is right. Until then, walk in the light, Bistridge. Seek me by the cliffs outside Daggerfall. It is good to see you again, and I do see you in my own way. You're a wound in time, a tear in reality that shouldn't exist and cannot long endure. Your fate was written in the scrolls long ago. It is entwined with the fate of the 5 companions. I have finally located Lyris Titanborn in Coldharbour. She works a terrible forge under the lash of the great deceiver, Molag Bal. Her soul is in great danger. You must go to her. I can manifest a gate to that dark realm, but you must go quickly. After Lyris took my place in the Wailing Prison so that we might escape, the Daedra moved her to the Foundry of Woe. It is a place of torment and despair. She toils endlessly making weapons for the enemy. Tread carefully in Molag Bal's realm. You are important. The scrolls have so named you. The god of schemes invaded my mind many times during my imprisonment. It was a tortuous experience, but by forcing his way into my mind, he inadvertently opened his own thoughts to me, and thus created a chink in his own armor. We are connected, he and I. With concentration, I can see through his eyes. He feels my presence, and it fills him with rage. When you enter the Foundry to recover Lyris, I can keep his attention focused on me. He will be blind to you for a time. It will be a far greater danger for you to enter Coldharbour without this distraction. It is Molag Bal's realm, and his power there is great. I will endeavor to distract him in this manner whenever you travel there.
You're alive. Are you really here, or is this another trick? You can't stay. You have to leave before they find you here. You don't understand. They've done something to me. I can't leave. It's hard to describe. My memories, my feelings, they've been fragmented, ripped apart. And all the fragmented pieces have been locked away in different parts of the Foundry. The Daedra took everything. My willpower, my courage, my sense of self. I'm an empty shell. And the fragments are reflections of my worst fears and most painful memories. I can't. I don't think I can face them. I'll do my best. Lead on. These lost souls are barely aware of their humanity. The guards don't even beat them anymore. Be careful. The Daedra love to toy with prisoners. This can't be. It looks like my childhood home in Scott. My parents' graves. My mother died in childbirth. My father was distant. Cold. I think he blamed me for my mother's death. I ran off to become a mercenary when I was 16. I never saw my father again. He was murdered by an old enemy. Father? Is that you?
Bleed, you bastard! Die like the monster you are! Her mind and soul are already ours! Abandon your pathetic rescue!
Who are you? Why does Lyris walk with you? In life, I was Gjaldr, father to Lyris. My spirit was torn from its rest and brought to this foul place. The Daedra forced me to experience my own murder again and again. I thought my torment would never end. I don't understand. Lyris was always a free spirit. Why would my presence bind her here?
You were always so cold. So distant. My mother died giving me life. It was my fault. I should never have been born.
Lyris, look at me. The blood of giants flows through my veins. Your mother was a Nord. I gave her my seed without thought for her safety. That's why she died. Not because of you, child. Because of me.
I thought you blamed me. You couldn't even look at me, Papa.
Do you not see? When I looked at you, I saw her face. I loved her, child, just as I love you, more than life itself. We cannot change the past, nor should we cling to it. You must not let these feelings haunt you. Let them go. Let me go.
I love you too, Papa. Rest now. Be at peace. He's gone. Come on, let's get out of here. This started out as a nightmare, but now everything's different. I never thought I'd get the chance to tell my father how I felt. It's like a weight has been lifted. We should keep moving. This place is a labyrinth of hopelessness built to compound the misery of those who labor here. Careful. Keep your head down.
Did you get all the pieces?
Yeah, I stashed them in the footlockers all around camp. I bet the commander makes her run 50 laps this time.
50. Let's hope the beast gets a lashing.
All right, let's get back to it. Act natural.
Why is this happening?
She's all alone. All alone in this hellish nightmare.
No one wants her. Leave her to suffer.
Do you think this is a test of some kind? I'm not sure why the Daedra would pick this moment in my life. Did you find something? I can't believe it. This armor is who I am. It's what I am. A warrior without her armor is like a bear without claws. Excellent. I'm ready. It's good to be back in my armor again. Watch your step. All the mining has made these tunnels unstable. Abner Tharn, you traitorous bastard. I should have expected to find you here.
Don't be a fool, Titanborn. I'm trying to help you. Your hatred poisons you. Warriors are like steel. When you lose your temper, you lose your worth.
Help me. You betrayed us all, then went back to licking Manny Marco's boot before the smoke cleared.
I did what I had to do. And as a show of my good intentions, I have a gift for you. But be warned, Coldharbour will not give it up easily.
Is that... Sure, Bones, it is. Vestige, that's my battle axe! That's definitely my axe, but be careful. Tharn said that Coldharbour won't give it up easily. Oh, it's good to have you back. Are you thirsty for Daedric blood, old friend? My axe. Oh, it feels good to have it back. It's part of me. Losing it was like losing an arm. Tharn. I don't trust him and I never will. But it's odd. The blind hatred I felt when I saw him... I could have strangled him with my bare hands. But now... I think he was right. That hatred was poisoning me. I feel... like a warrior again. Better. Stronger. Almost whole again. Isn't that strange? I feel powerful enough to take on Umaril the Unfeathered himself. We're not done yet. We need to keep moving forward. The passage is blocked by a rock slide, but now that I have my axe back, I might be able to break through it. Stand back! No damn pile of pebbles is gonna stop me now! So many Daedric beasties, so little time. We need to keep moving. Did you hear that? It sounded like... No, it couldn't be. Sai. What's happened to you? What have they done?
Lyris. Lyris. I can see you. Are you really there?
Sai, it's me. We're seeing some kind of vision of you. Do you know where you are?
I don't know. They're torturing me. They want the Amulet of Kings. Want me to tell them where it's hidden. But I haven't broken. Not yet.
Sai, you need to hold on. We're going to find you. I'll make sure of it. We'll find you. Somehow we'll get you out of there. Sai? Sai! No! Bring him back, you bastards! That was no trick. That was Sai Sahan. Sai's a friend. Maybe my best friend. We need to find him and get him out of there. We need to tell the Prophet about this. He'll know what to do. But first, we need to find a way out of here. I don't care what else they throw at us. Nothing's going to keep me from helping Sai. The quicker we find a way out of here, the quicker we can rescue Sai. Let's go. Something's wrong. All the doubt, the fear, the loneliness. It's all coming back. I have to push through this. All my fears are coming back, even stronger than before. But Sai needs me. I have to shake this off. All right, Titanborn, pull yourself together. You can do this. Let's go. Stendarr, defend us. That thing. It's the source of all my fears. I can hear it whispering to me, taunting me. We did it! The voices, the whispering, it's gone. This whole time it was like watching myself from a distance. I felt disconnected. But now, this is the best I've felt in years. Like I've been reborn. And I owe it all to you. Thank you. Let's get out of here. We need to rescue Sai. Then we've got a world to save.
Lyris-chan, are
Yes,
you all right?
Prophet, I'm fine. The vestige freed my mind from the Daedra's control.
Thank the Divines. Your loss would have thrown all into chaos.
They won't take me again. Not alive, at least. Prophet, Mannimarco captured Sai Sahan. He's torturing him to find out where the Amulet of Kings is hidden. We have to rescue him.
You brought Lyris back, and largely intact from the look of her. And she will need time to recover. One does not leave such a place unscarred. Did Sai tell you where he is being held? We must locate him before Mannimarco forces him to reveal the amulet's hiding place. As you saw in my visions, the amulet's misuse ripped a hole in the barrier that protects Tamriel from the forces of oblivion. That damage must be undone, and the amulet is the key. But to find the amulet, we must first locate Sai Sahan. For now you must leave me to my meditation. I must set my mind to the task of locating Sai Sahan. Until then, embrace the unknowable. The drops of water cannot know themselves to be a river, yet the river flows on. I will call upon you again when the time is right. Farewell, Vestige.
You pulled me from the pits of oblivion. I owe you a debt of honor, small one. And a Titanborn pays her debts. It's a wretched place. A haunt of cowards, traitors, and lost souls. And Daedra. Their vile spells violated my mind. Forced me to doubt myself, to disobey my own will. They'll pay for that. And pay dearly. I'll be fine. Now. I know it sounds strange, but I knew you would come. I had faith in you. I still do. I hope we can be good friends. After the Soul Burst, one of the five, Sai Sahan, fled with the Amulet of Kings. According to the Prophet, it It's the only object in the world that can repair the tear in the veil between Tamriel and Oblivion. I'm no mage. I'm a warrior. I have no knowledge of such things. My skill is with a blade, as Mannimarco will discover when I remove his head from his narrow shoulders.
Oh, my sweet love, she waits for me through storm and shine, cross land.
There you are, Vestige. Come to the Harborage. We must speak.
Her and together we sway as we kiss, sway as we kiss.
My father taught me this song. Pretty, isn't it? I guess I'm feeling a little homesick.
Good God, you are safe. Good fortune did not abandon us entirely. Despite many days of meditating and scrying, Sahan's whereabouts still elude me. The projection that you witnessed in the Foundry of Woe showed him to be in great peril. If we are to find him, I will need your help, Vestige. Though Sai remains hidden from my sight, Lyris brings news that an agent of the enemy lurks in Daggerfall. Fear is on the lips of the people. Darkness walks among them. Even a blind man can sense it. It is the hand of Mannimarco. If it is truly an agent of Mannimarco's worm cult, it may provide us with a clue that will hasten our search. Seek this agent, but tread carefully. The worm cult is a cult of necromancy, and the undead are fearsome opponents. Venture to Daggerfall. Speak to Old Maid Maxell and Husnir the mercenary. It was on their lips that Lyris first heard murmurs of trouble lurking in the shadows. Locate this agent of evil. Return with any personal effects they carry with them.
I've dealt with these worm cultists before. They use the darkest magic and they don't find fair. Be careful.
I don't like to gossip, but there's been an Imperial vagrant nosing around for the past few weeks. Suspicious-looking fellow. I actually saw him picking through the trash outside the castle a few weeks ago. I've no idea where he is now. Come to think of it, I did see him a few days later on the south side of town. He was with another man, very thin and pale, almost sickly. Does that help?
There was a dodgy-looking Imperial hanging out in a doorway near Southgate Alley this morning. He was eyeballing everyone who happened by. Seemed like a cut-purse looking for an easy mark, if you ask me. I saw him slip into a house right by the south gate, with another shady-looking character.
My trouble's overwhelming.
How dare you trespass here! I'll feast on your blood!
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why have you contacted me? This is Abner Tharn. The Master and I are very busy. This had better be important. Wait a moment. I don't know your face. Identify yourself immediately. Yes, your report, you insipid twit. What, did you contact me by accident? Never fear. Sahan is safely locked away. Even if they were to discover his location, attempting a rescue would be suicidal. I'm not in the habit of revealing vital secrets to insipid lackeys. Now be gone. And if you contact me again without good reason, I shall contact your cell commander and have you properly thrashed for your ineptitude.
Abner Tharn shows his face again. I get the sense that he might have a larger part to play in the coming events, but for good or ill, I cannot say.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. I heard you and the Prophet talking about Abner Tharn. Didn't the Prophet tell you the story of the 5 companions? We were chosen by Emperor Varen to join him on a quest to recover a lost artifact called the Amulet of Kings. The 5 included Varen, myself, a Red Guard named Sai Sahan, Abner Tharn, and the traitor Manimarco. You only know him as the man who killed you and stole your soul. But back then, he was Emperor Varen's most trusted advisor. It was Manimarco who convinced Varen to search for the Amulet of Kings. Varen wasn't a true Dragonborn Emperor. He didn't share Alessia's bloodline. Manimarco said the amulet could change all that. He said he could use it to perform a ritual that would turn Varen into a true Dragonborn. Well, the legend says that the Dragonfires were created from the blood of Akatosh and given to Saint Alessia. When a new Emperor is crowned, they're supposed to relight them to prove that they're a true heir of Alessia, one of the Dragonborn. It took us more than 2 years, but we finally recovered the amulet and returned to Cyrodiil to perform the ritual. Manimarco set us up. The ritual caused a violent explosion of magical energy. We lost Varen. Sai Sahan and I were declared outlaws. Manimarco convinced the Elder Council to recognize Abner Tharn's daughter Clivia as Empress Regent. But Manimarco was the true power behind the throne. Sai Sahan and I went into hiding. There was a bounty on our heads. Abner Tharn is Grand Chancellor of the Elder Council, and Chief Advisor to his daughter, the Empress Regent. He is also Manimarco's toady. Tharn's first loyalty is to his family and the Empire, and he's a ruthless bastard when it comes to defending them. The Worm Cult obviously doesn't share those loyalties. Tharn would never trust them, but he's too much of a coward to betray them. I know it's a lot to take in. We'll talk more later. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on the Prophet. Hopefully that orb will help him find out where Sai Sahan is being held. Once we know that, we can plan our next move.
Interesting item, this orb of discourse. I must find a way to use it to determine the location of Sai Sahan.
You look like you could use a drink. Listen well, friend. Ale makes everything better. Who took up arms that winter dawn and to Glenumbra came, to raise their hand against tyrants, stand and die in freedom's name, who stood upon the field that hour to answer Durrani's call. Men Breton born, all came that morn to fend the land for all. Rise, rise to freedom, rise, arise, ye Breton sons and daughters, ride, ride to freedom, ride, truth and glory to the brave. And when the battle it was joined, Alessians 3-1, skies lit bright with magic's light, and with magic it was won. For all they stood on blessed ground, whence all her power came. The rocks would yield what might they wield, all in Durrani's name. Rise, rise to freedom, rise, arise, ye Breton sons and daughters, ride, ride to freedom, ride, truth and glory to the brave. So children of this Breton land, ye best remember well all those who for high rock stood, Brian on Quarriel. Men of the north fought and stood forth, till all oppressors fell.
The fog has lifted, Vestige. The path before us has been revealed. It is both dark and twisted. Come to the Harborage. We have an unexpected guest who demands your presence. We have an unexpected guest, Vestige.
My attempts to use the Orb of Discourse to locate Sancre did not meet with success, so I decided to try a more direct approach. I used it as it was intended, and contacted Abner Tharn. He admits that he knows Sancre's location, but he will not reveal it. He demands to speak with you directly.
We meet again, Vestige. I wish to speak with you on a matter of some urgency. Menimarco and his vile master have dark and terrible plans for this world. If you wish to stop them, you need to find the Amulet of Kings. But to find the amulet, you must first locate Sancre. And I might be willing to share that information for a price. If Menimarco learns that we've spoken, he'll have me executed. I'm a danger to him. I know too much. Therefore I, Abner Tharn, Chancellor of the Elder Council, Overlord of Nibene, formally request asylum. There comes a point when even a patriot's loyalty is stretched too far, when the things he has done, and has seen done, become too much to bear. As it happens, I find myself to be somewhat of a prisoner, in dire need of rescue. My proposal is this. If you retrieve me from Menimarco's fortress and grant me asylum, I will give you Sancre's location in return. And you'd be a fool to trust me completely. But the facts remain, you need me if you wish to find Sancre, and I must keep my head if I am to ensure the continuance of the Empire. Neither of us has a choice.
Tharn is quite correct. We have little choice in the matter.
You can't be serious. How can we possibly trust him?
As our visitor so eloquently pointed out, we cannot. But if we are to locate Sancre, we must do this. Go with the Vestige, Lyris. Rescue Tharn. Give him the chance to redeem himself. He may surprise you.
I don't like this, but if it's the only way to find Sancre, I'm with you.
Make a decision, will you? Menimarco could return at any moment.
Beware the forces of the worm cult. They may only be men, but they're the worst kind of men.
You appear to have arrived in the wretched Squalor, a shantytown of Shriven outside Menimarco's castle. As luck would have it, Menimarco is away on some errand for the Daedric Prince. The castle garrison is not on alert, so you should only encounter a token defense. The main gate is sealed, but there are undoubtedly other routes one might take. You're the hero, aren't you? Improvise.
What a skeever. Improvise, he says. I can't believe we're risking our lives to rescue that skeeving horker. Now don't go around smashing things like a guar in a pottery shop. We don't want to attract the wrong kind of attention.
Why do you think I'd know? Because I'm an Imperial? We're all the same in this place. We're nothing but scum. Leave me alone.
Subtlety and stealth. Let's not bring the entire castle guard down on our heads. And didn't he say this was a town of soul shriven? Maybe we can find one who knows his way around.
That's easy. All you've got to do is get captured, killed, and stuffed into a soul gem like yesterday's laundry. If you're serious, Cadwell can probably get you in. Might be too late, though. They just chased him into the guardhouse.
What are you doing here? Intruders!
I say, jolly good timing. Lyris enchanted, as always. And you're looking fit for someone, so how can I put it? Deficient in the soul department? Wherever the forces of evil prey upon the innocent, wherever souls are stolen and bodies shriven, wherever a people cry out for justice, there goest I. I mean, this whole eternal servitude business is rather nasty, don't you agree? I see. A rescue, is it? Well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? There is a cistern that drains into the waterway. The door is locked, but that's not stopped me before. Why don't you meet me there, and we'll see what's what?
That might be our best chance to get inside. Leave it to the Daedra to fill a cave with bones and muck.
You keep up nicely. I can't abide dawdlers. This whole bloody castle sits on top of an ocean of unstable oblivion, what's it? The Daedra use pipes to control the flow of it all, and it comes out as steam. Well, most of the doors in here are sealed with pressure from that steam. It's all rather complicated, but in a nutshell, if I can tamper with the pipes, we can open the doors to the inner keep, and you can slip inside. Well, I can handle the tinkering, but you'll have to keep the beasties off me. It will be quite a romp. Are you game? Onward! Ha-ha! Don't worry, this will get you inside with a minimum of fuss.
Can we try to keep it a little quieter? It's a wonder the whole castle doesn't know we're here.
This should do it. There you are. Quick as you please. There's even time for tea. A pleasure, think nothing of it. The merest trifle, truly. You'll find this Tharn fellow at the top of the Tower of Bones. You'll need to make your way through the keep's heart to get to it, but it's not terribly far. I understand the King of Worms has set him to the task of inspecting the soul gems that find their way into the castle. Which is to say, well, all of them. You'll see crates of the things scattered around the premises. Safety first. I'll stay here for the nonce and make sure nothing comes to bugger up our little adventure from behind.
Sir Cadwell came through again. That crazy night is starting to grow on me. Should I be worried?
You! Hurry up! The worms are on the move. There you are. I was beginning to think you were captured. We've a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. The door at the top of the tower has sealed with a warded barrier. I've seen the worms use similar sorceries before. It will sear you to ash if you touch it. Here's a thought. The flesh atronachs that patrol the castle halls are assembled in a laboratory very close to the warded door. If you created your own atronach, it would be bound to obey you. You could force it to smash through the barrier. It's a simple process. A child of 5 could do it. Unfortunately, we don't have a child of 5, so I'll be forced to walk you through it. You'll need some good-sized chunks of flesh. Take them to the laboratory and I'll contact you there.
Not the most glamorous task, is it? I can't imagine how the worms get used to this. I can't believe we're doing this. Repulsive. Is that a lung? I'm not going near the city butcher for a while, I'll tell you that much. Let's not tell any bards about this part of our adventure, agreed? This is not what I want to be remembered for.
Put everything in the circle and we'll begin. We'll make a necromancer of you yet. You're not far now. Through the door and to the summit. Quickly now. Your lives are on the line too, you know.
I can't say I'm looking forward to seeing Tharn again.
Begone, insufferable worms. I'm working as fast as I can.
Look, there he is. I'll follow your lead.
So, we meet in person at long last. And not a moment too soon. If I had to inspect one more bloody soul gem, I'd have thrown myself from the tower. You look taller in your projection. I know things that can help you. Here's a bit to whet your appetite. Menemarco isn't doing any of this to serve Molag Bal. His ultimate plan is to out-scheme the god of schemes, and to replace him. The Amulet of Kings is the key to everything. Why do you think he kidnapped Sancre? He's torturing him, trying to get him to reveal the amulet's hiding place. With the amulet at his command, Menemarco believes he can trap Molag Bal's essence and absorb his power. He seeks to become a god himself. I'd love to discuss this further, but this is hardly the place. Get me to a safe haven and I will tell you the rest. That was our agreement, was it not? Now, let's... Wait. Did you feel that?
Now, Tharn. No telling my secrets. Go to your room, Abner. I will deal with you shortly. Ah, dear Lyris. Your old position at the Foundry is still available. We'll even give you your own set of unbreakable chain. And you, the thorn in my side, the pebble in my shoe. How strong are you? Shall we test your limits?
infuriating. The process drains the energy from most victims, yet you keep fighting. Your strength surprises me. But how much more can you take, I wonder?
Manimarco, you dare attack the Chancellor of the Elder Council. His power wanes, Vestige. Strike him down, while his attentions are on me.
How dare you betray me, Tharn! Your suffering will be legendary.
He will not remain discorporated for long. His consciousness will be adrift for a few moments, but that is all. Manimarco has delusions of godhood. He cares nothing for the Empire. He seeks only power. I've never done battle with him before. He's far more powerful than I imagined. Oh well, too late for regrets. In for a bean, in for a beanstalk. First things first, we need to get out of here alive. We certainly can't go back the way you came in. I'd imagine they're swarming the grounds already. There's a refuse chute further down the path. It's a bit of a drop, but we'll probably survive.
You must be the ugliest princess ever rescued from a tower, Tharn.
I'm shocked your lack of education and repeated blows to the head haven't dulled your wit, Titanborn.
Keep moving. I'm right behind you.
Whatever it is, it can wait. We need to get out of here.
Hello again. Need a way out? I'll have that open in just a moment. Arcade preserve us. You're as battered and bruised as a peach in a sack of rocks. Bit of the old derring do, was it? No matter. You'll be needing an escape route, no doubt. Well, it's what I do, quite honestly. We should probably hurry it up. The entire castle is as bristly as a sack of sewing needles after all that noise. Come with you? You mean leave Coldharbour? Well, I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've seen the world I left behind. Do you think it's wise? Well, that's settled then. And after all, you do need someone to lead you out of here. Onward! Into the chute, come on!
Quickly! I've opened another portal. Hurry!
My estates, my titles, my own life. It's all forfeit now. All in the name of preserving the Empire. I swear by all the gods, Manimarco will pay dearly for this. Now then, where were we?
Sahan.
Ah, yes. Truth be told, I don't know the precise location, but I do know that he is Manimarco's prisoner, and that the King of Worms is trying to pry the location of the amulet from him. Now, before you lose your temper, let me clarify. I don't know precisely where he is, but I can find out. I'll just need a little time.
What? You son of a bitch!
Ah! Are you insane? Get away from me, you brutish she-troll!
Lyris, stand down.
He's done nothing but lie to us from the beginning. I don't care what he says. He'll always be Manimarco's toady.
Please! Manimarco wants me dead. Did I pretend to capitulate to him? Yes, I did. Do you have any idea how many lives I saved by doing so?
The only thing you saved was your holdings in your own hide, you pompous ass!
Enough! Abner had no choice, Lyris. And we are guilty of our own deceit, are we not? The time has come for the Vestige to know the truth.
What's this? The Vestige doesn't know? Oh, this is rich.
Sire, don't.
Vestige, until now, you've only known me as the Prophet. But that is not my true name. I am Varen Aquilarius.
Our fallen emperor, in the tattered robes of a moth priest, blind as a newborn kitten.
I am sorry I deceived you, Vestige. You are angry. It is to be expected. My name is Varen Aquilarius. In truth, I feared you'd kill me where I stood if you knew who I was. You certainly wouldn't have allied with us so readily. I caused this, all of this. If Molag Bal destroys this world, the blame will be mine and mine alone. You must not blame Lyris. She did as I instructed. She's my sworn protector, but she is also your ally. You have my solemn promise, Vestige. When this is over, if you still judge me harshly, you can end my life. I will offer no resistance. We must find Sancre. Everything depends on that. Abner and I must confer. We will contact you again when we have more information. I did not foresee Abner's defection, but I welcome it. Manimarco fears him, and with good reason. He can help us. I feel certain of it.
I'm sorry I lied to you. I hope we can still be friends. I wanted to tell you the truth, but the Varen didn't think it was wise. I hope you can forgive us. Forgive me. After Manimarco betrayed us, Tharn went right on being his lapdog so that his daughter Clivia could remain on the throne. He's a traitorous pig. Bastard had it coming. Varen will figure something out. Maybe Tharn can actually help us, but I still don't trust him. He'll knife us in the back first chance he gets, mark my words.
Varen and I have work to do, but you and I will talk again. Very soon.
You! Tharn wants to speak to you! Go to the Daggerfall Mages Guild! Quick! Quick!
Ah, excellent. You got my message. Apparently that little creature isn't completely useless. Banekin can be such children. I hope you've nothing pressing. We could be here a while. I am Chancellor to the Elder Council and Overlord of Nibelheim. But of all my titles, the greatest is my family name, Tharn. We are the greatest of the noble houses, with seats at the Imperial Court for countless centuries. The Tharns have a storied history of advising kings and emperors that can be traced back to the First Era. We understand the ebb and flow of power. There's the rub. With my untimely defection, my family will likely be divested of its holdings. The name Tharn is probably being stricken from every document in the Imperial archives as we speak. I detest being on the wrong side of history. This is a setback, nothing more. By allying with you, I will liberate the Empire from Manimarco's grip. The Empire is all that matters to me. I will do what I must to ensure its survival. I've called you here for a reason. If we are to determine a course of action, we need more information. By now, it should be clear your prophet Emperor brought these catastrophic events upon us. Everything that transpired is his fault. Manimarco can be very persuasive and charismatic when he wants to be. We all believed him when he said we could change Varen's bloodline with the Amulet of Kings. You saved Varen's life when you rescued him in Coldharbour. In return, he lied to you about his true identity and his part in causing the Soul Burst. He manipulated you from the very start. Varen wants to assemble a new group of companions in the vein of the original 5. Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his. Superstitious nonsense, but he is quite correct on one point. We need to find Sancre. In the chaos following the Soul Burst, Sahan stole the Amulet of Kings and fled the Imperial City. We're going to need that relic, and he is the only one who knows its current location. He was captured by Manimarco's agents and taken to an undisclosed location. We need to find out where he's being held. Manimarco keeps his most secret documents at Norfolk, a hidden lair of Daedric cultists in the Stormhaven countryside. We must travel there and search for clues. Travel to Stormhaven's eastern reaches and look for the Norfolk ruins. I will be waiting for you inside. If I can endure Titanborn's inane prattle, I can survive your assuredly erudite elucidations. Proceed. Finally. I thought perhaps you'd gotten lost. We must be cautious down here. This place smells worse than the Harborage.
You will not break me, King of Worms!
I can and I shall! Where is the Amulet of Kings?
You cannot break the will of a son of Yakuda. I spit on you!
So, Sancre is alive and he has not been broken. An important piece of the puzzle to be sure, but where is he being kept?
Chim El Adabal, the Amulet of the Kings of Glory, an artifact of the Divines, a badge of office for the ruling emperors of Cyrodiil, and the key to my ascendancy. Yet it eludes me. Exploiting its power to bring about the calamity of our age was intoxicating. It made me aware of the limitless possibilities available to one strong enough and fearless enough to use it to achieve his own ends. The amulet has the power to create or destroy, but it also has the power to undo the damage caused by the soul burst, to mend the tear in the barrier between Nirn and oblivion. I must recover it before some fool fixes that which must remain broken.
He knows of our plan to use the amulet to set things right. We must rescue Sancre before he can be broken.
The Red Guard's iron will cannot be overcome with standard interrogation techniques. Physical tortures appear to be useless. I have therefore instructed the Daedra to move Sancre into the halls of Torment. The Duchess will be most pleased to have a new guest. His flesh is strong, but perhaps her tortures of the mind will break him. I have come too far to allow this upstart sword master to thwart my plans. I will find the amulet, one way or another.
This is the information we've been looking for. At last, Sancre has been taken to the halls of Torment. It's Coldharbour's most nefarious prison. The Daedra in the halls of Torment reach deep into the dark places of a prisoner's mind and torture them with apparitions of the things they most dread. It's an effective tactic. The Daedra mock our emotional attachments and the memories that form our sense of self. Daedra have no use for such things. They are immortal. It's impossible to kill Daedra. They simply reform over time. I have a bit more research to do. Go back to the Harborage and tell Varen what we've discovered. I'll meet you there once I've made the necessary preparations.
Well done. I will begin searching for a safe route to the Halls of Torment immediately. When Tharn returns, we will combine our resources. We will find a path to these Halls of Torment soon enough.
We'll find Sancre, and if Manimarco gets in our way, I'll chop that sniveling, knife-eared puddle of troll piss into little bite-sized pieces.
Meet me at the Harborage. We are ready to rescue Sancre.
Put a cork in it, Tharn. Sai's my friend. Probably the best friend I have. If the vestige is going, I'm going too.
Yes, I see. And you are the most qualified. Why? Is it your superior knowledge of Coldharbour? Your expertise in dealing with Daedric entities? Or is it simply the unrequited puppy love you feel for that shirtless mammoth?
I'm glad you're here. I'm about to punch Tharn in the teeth again, and I didn't want you to miss it.
I swear I haven't heard such bickering and whining since the last Tharn family gathering at Mid-Year's Feast. I'll never win any popularity contests with this group, but you should know that I'm grateful to you. You rescued me from the Castle of the Worm at great personal risk. I won't forget that.
It was quite a thrill sneaking into Manimarco's castle, embedded in the skin of oblivion, crawling with the walking dead and soul-eating Daedric horrors. Let's never do that again, yeah?
I say, you do get into some wild adventures, don't you? This place is so odd. Did you know that Tharn here is actually warm? Brilliant!
The time has come for another foray into Oblivion, Vestige. We have one last ally in need of rescue. Indeed, Tharn and I have been meditating, scrying, and poring over Manimarco's notes, and at long last we've discovered the location of the Halls of Torment. Our friend has suffered unimaginable and unending torment for nearly 2 years, far longer than any mortal man should endure. But Sancre is something more than mortal man. He's a descendant of Leki, the Yokudan sword saint. I've seen it. We have been able to determine the precise area of the halls where Sai is being held. This is why we were so long about the task. I shall open a portal for you. Lyris and Abner have both agreed to accompany you, but I fear their mutual enmity will complicate your task. Speak with them and hear what they offer, but you must choose one or the other.
What surprisingly good advice. Titanborn and I are more likely to kill each other than we are to help. The choice is yours. But I recommend choosing brains over brawn. I have valuable knowledge of the Daedra, and don't forget, I'm the mage.
I've known Sancre longer than anyone. I should be the one to go. It's your decision. Just know that I'd give my life for you or for Sai. Would Tharn do the same? Thank you. You won't regret it. Back in the Coldharbour slave pits, the Shriven used to whisper about the halls of torment. When I think of what Sai must be going through, we'll bring him back, or die trying.
Go with Lyris. Save Sahan from the halls of torment.
Where is the Amulet of Kings?
I heard about this place when I was a prisoner in Coldharbour. It's a living nightmare. Be ready for anything.
Where is the Amulet of Kings? Tell me, or I'll gut you like a fish with your own sword.
That's Tharn's voice. What is he doing here?
Witness the deadly power of my dark sword singers. Slice them to ribbons! You see how simple it is to be a sword singer, Sai?
How touching. Your friends are here to save you. Pity they arrived too late. It's time for your next round of torture. You'll enjoy this one.
Sai was right there. We had him. We were so close. Tharn was always mocking Sai, making jokes at his expense. Sai never responded, but I know it hurt him deeply. The Daedra must have sensed that. On the plus side, a doppelganger with Tharn's face was much more satisfying to kill. The Sword Singers are legendary. They were a group of Red Guard sword masters, wiped out in the First Era by the Yokudan Emperor Hira. Sahan spent years trying to resurrect their lost art, but never succeeded. He considered it his greatest failure, and it took on Tharn's appearance because he was a familiar rival that Sai secretly despised. Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed, day after day, year after year. I can't think of anything worse.
We appear to have some unwanted visitors in the halls of torment. Let's make them feel welcome, shall we? Your friend always had the opportunity to free himself. All he needs to do is reveal the location of the Amulet of Kings, and you can all be on your merry way. Enjoy your visit. You'll never leave the halls of torment alive.
Just tell me where the amulet is and we can be together forever, Sai. Isn't that what we both want? That sounded like my voice. What's going on? I never said that. Sai's alive, but he is far from safe. We need to hurry. Sai, my love, where is the amulet? If you tell me, this will all be over, and we can finally be together. Intruders! They're after the amulet. Don't worry, my love. My sisters will deal with these pests. She seems to be drawing power from those stones. Destroy them, quickly! I'll kill the intruders and bring you their heads, my love. Why does she look like me? They pulled these thoughts from Sai's head? I don't understand. You'll learn to love me, Sai, even if it kills you. Now they've gone and spoiled the mood. I'll kill the intruders and bring you their heads, my love. This can't be real. It's not like this between Sai and me. That's not me. It's nothing like me. Why is she pretending to be me? We need to destroy that shield. When I am finished with her, she won't resemble me in the slightest! I'll deal with them. You'll be safe here, my love. Nothing can hurt you, Sai. Unless you want me to hurt you. Time to feast!
Too late, once again. Come, my pet. Time for your next session.
Vestige, hold a moment. When I get my hands on Menemarco, I'm gonna slice that traitor stem to sternum and wash my hands in his body cavity! Sai and I are friends. Good friends, nothing more. Our friendship is based on honor and loyalty, not foolish games of love. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. This is just so unexpected. Confusing. First a doppelganger of Tharn, then one of me? What are these Horkers playing at? It's a wonder Sai hasn't lost his mind completely. Let's keep moving and hope he still has a soul to save. And listen, don't mention this whole thing to anyone. I need some time to figure out what it means.
We don't get many visitors in the halls of Torment, but there's always room for a few more permanent residents. Such tenacity, such ambition, such bravery. Such a pity we're going to skin you alive and feast on your intestines. Fools! Time is meaningless in the halls of Torment. Whether it takes a day or 1,000 years, Sai Sahan will be broken.
The Amulet of Kings!
Where is the Amulet of Kings? This can all be over if you just tell me. You can finally rest. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Sai?
Have I been here 2 years? Or 2,000 years? I can no longer tell. But I will never break. Never!
There he is. Let's finish this.
I should have never trusted you! You failed me, Sai. Why didn't you protect me?
Who dares to defy the Duchess of Anguish? I will tear out your heart and make you feast upon it. What death do you prefer, mortal? Slow and painful or quick and painful? I think I'll kill you quickly, then resurrect you and kill you slowly. An eternity of agony. It will be glorious.
Sai is in pain. Release his bonds, quickly!
I do not know you. Why are you here? Who sent you? The Emperor? He lives? This day is filled with wonders. They tortured me for many months. Years, perhaps. But I did not break my vow. The amulet is hidden and safe. My strength is returning. Lead on.
You have done it, Vestige. Bring him through the portal quickly. Sai Sahan lives. You've outdone yourself, Vestige. The minds of some men can endure hardships far greater than anything that Daedra can concoct. The forces of loyalty, honor, and friendship are powerful indeed. We must recover the Amulet of Kings, but only when Sai Sahan has had time to recover. He is a man of great strength, but he will still need to rest after such an ordeal. Sai locked the amulet away in the ruins of Sancre and entrusted the key to one of his close associates. But he can tell you himself. Speak with him. He's eager to meet his liberator. I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward.
I owe you my life. My lord calls you Vestige. A strange name. Is it true your soul was taken from you? Stranger still. My people say that bravery and honor are the hallmarks of a great soul. Yet you have both of those things in great measure. I had begun to think that honor was a relic of the past. You give me hope. Physically, I am unharmed. But mentally, I feel a darkness in my heart. A weight on my soul. I do not know how long this emptiness will remain. I hid the amulet in a sacred catacomb protected by magical wards. The means of lifting these wards are in the keeping of my old mentor, Kasura. As soon as I am able, we must meet with her. I will try to rest, but I am a warrior. We cannot sit still for very long. I should certainly bathe before we meet with Kasura. I am unpleasantly fragrant. And if she happened to be downwind of me, well, I would never hear the end of it. The path ahead of us is a dark one, but it pleases me to know that I shall walk the path with friends. May we all rest a little easier tonight. I know I shall. My wounds are superficial. They will heal in time. But the debt I owe you will never be erased. I am honored to call you friend.
We did it. Sai's going to be all right. I have a favor to ask. Let's not talk about what happened with that doppelganger. Not yet, anyway. I had no idea Sai had feelings for me. I just need time to sort it all out.
Sahan seems to be relatively unharmed. Can we wrap this up? I have an appointment with a certain young lady, and I need to stop by the money changers first. Women of that stripe seldom do anything on credit.
This cave is quite lovely, but have you seen the nightmarish landscape outside? How do you people keep your sanity? I believe I'll just remain indoors. Do let me know if I'm needed for anything heroic, won't you?
It is time, Message. Sai Sahan's strength has returned. You must accompany him to his ancestral home in the Valley of Blades. An ancient trading hub high in the mountains of Hammerfell, a place I thought lost to the ravages of time. Sai Sahan entrusted the key to Sancre to one of his mentors there. It must be retrieved. Come quickly! My Nimarcho is undoubtedly conducting his own search for the Amulet of Kings. We must not allow him to get there first. Ah, good. You've returned. Sai Sahan has recovered, and there is much to be done. The key to Sancre isn't really a key at all. It's an enchanted ring bearing the sigil of Stendar. The ring is in the keeping of Sai Sahan's mentor, Kasura. You, Lyris, and Abner must accompany him to the Valley of Blades to retrieve it. The valley contains an abbey I thought long abandoned. In his youth, Sai studied there and honed his craft. It seems that Kasura has been using it as a retreat of sorts, to train a select few young warriors. Sai Sahan can tell you more.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm curious to see where Sai Sahan trained in his youth.
I've never heard of this Valley of the Blades. I do hope they have a tavern. I'm going to need a stiff drink after traveling with this lot.
Honor and faith to you, my friend. We are nearly ready to depart. My Lord Varen requested that Tharn and Snow Lily join us, for safety's sake. Though I have seen fewer places as tranquil as the Valley of Blades. An old friend, Kasura, dwells there. Before I was captured, I placed an enchanted ring in her keeping. The ring is a key of sorts. Without it, we will not be able to open the secret chamber where the Amulet of Kings lies hidden. She was my first mentor and instructor, a true master of blades. She still trains young swordsmen in the valley, though she deems worthy of her instruction. Swordsmanship, but much more than that. Her teachings revolve around a trinity of body, blade, and brilliance. The sword singers of old were said to be masters of all three.
I'll open a portal to hasten your journey.
Had I known it was going to be this hot, I would have dressed for it.
Do you smell the scent of burning embers in the air? Oh, we may be in for a treat if Kasura is teaching the firewalk. The Abbey is just down the path. We're fortunate that my Lord Varen opened a portal for us. This landslide appears to have blocked the valley's only approach. I've never known these mountains to experience earthquakes. Strange. It is strange to return to these mountains. Memories of youth flood my mind, each one bringing its own sorrow or its own smile.
Oh, joy. We've been here less than 5 minutes and Sahan is already getting maudlin and weepy.
Shut up, Tharn. Don't let him get to you, Sai. Let him roll his eyes. Maybe he'll find a brain back there.
Kasura often said that rudeness is a weak man's imitation of strength. She's wise beyond her years. You will like her, Snow Lily. What is this? The Abbey burns! Quickly, we must find Kasura!
So much destruction. What could have done this?
I'm afraid I've seen this before. Keep an eye skyward, Titanborn.
Sai Sahan. Intruders. Cultists. They attacked the Abbey. So many of my students have fallen.
The Abbey is in ruins, Kasura. How could they?
A gigantic beast. Like nothing I've ever seen. The cultists. They're opening rifts to oblivion.
No. Save your strength, Kasura. We will make them pay. I promise you.
What do you think? Trap?
It's only a trap if you don't know about it. I assume everything is a trap, therefore, it's a challenge.
They will pay for the innocent lives they have taken.
I'll recover. Just find the intruders and make them pay. Sai, the Titan returns!
Ah, Sai-Sahan and company at last. My pet has been waiting for you.
Eyes skyward. Here it comes.
How many more of your friends must die, Sai-Sahan? Where is the Amulet of Kings?
Kasura is injured. We must help her.
Lead on. Let's get the ring and be done with this place.
Sometimes it feels like these cultists really are worms. When you slice them to pieces, you just wind up with more of them.
Well fought. Sai-Sahan travels with worthy companions. My injuries are not serious. What are a few more scars to an old warrior? Scars have the virtue of reminding us that our past is real. My students and my home have not fared half so well. I'm glad to see you, but curious why you are here. I did not find the Ring of Stendarr's mercy, but now that the King of Worms knows you are here, it is only a matter of time before he launches another attack. Indeed, atop the eastern stair is the secret entrance to the ancestral crypt. The ring is within. Follow me. The hidden entrance will not be obvious.
Why would a crypt need a secret entrance?
It's a wonder there's an unplundered crypt in all of Skyrim. You Nords could learn a thing or two from the builders of Hammerfell.
Perhaps Hammerfell could also teach Nibene the virtue of good manners. I can feel the presence of my ancestors whenever I come here. I am burdened with a great responsibility to honor their sacrifice and uphold their legacy. I, along with some of the most renowned sword singers who ever lived, we must tread carefully and with great respect.
The Ring of Stendarr's mercy.
We both thought it would be well protected in the Valley of Blades. The most gifted young swordsmasters of Hammerfell are invited to train with Kasura. The town was bristling with strength and steel before the Titans showed up. Perhaps someone told him of my past. Perhaps he pried the memory from me during my time in the halls of Torment. Either way, I am to blame for the valley's destruction. No one I love will be safe until Mana Marco has been dealt with. And I shall need a proper weapon. Kasura said that my father's greatsword lies with the ring. It seems proper that I should wield it in his honor.
This place always makes me think of unfulfilled dreams, endless echoes of past lives, countless books unwritten, countless songs unsung. I hope that when I finally come to rest here, it is at the end of a life well lived.
Mana Marco is aware of our presence. We need to find the ring and leave this place.
Oh, this place stinks of dust and death. Let's finish this and get out of here.
The ring and my father's sword lie at the back of the crypt. We must hurry. Tread lightly. Few living have been permitted to walk among these honored dead. The Vad Hunding, son of Frandar do Hunding, Helhanse no Shira, the greatest of the sword saints. The hearth of every household in Hammerfell has a small alcove containing a copy of his father's greatest work, the Book of Circles. The twins of Sword and Spear, Rahasa and Rahuzar, and their mother, Anse Satame, the Tigress of Dragonstar. Ra'aba was a warrior of great renown. He fought alongside Frendar Hunding in the 7 great battles against the armies of Hira, and survived. At the final battle at Hatu Mountain, more than 300,000 gave their lives. Anse Kalam, master of polearms, and his daughter, Ra'adia. They swept through these mountain passes like a tempest, driving out the bandit tribes that had harassed our people for 2 decades. It seems fitting that the Ring of Stendarr's mercy lies with my father's greatsword. We will need both for the battles that lay before us. By the sword of my father, Nazir Ataf Sahan, I pledge myself to the destruction of Manimarco and the liberation of Tamriel from the tyranny of the god of schemes, Molag Bal. My father's blade. It's strange to see it again after so many years. I will use it to strike down our enemies in his name.
You should leave for the Harborage immediately. More worm cultists are most assuredly on their way here.
Go back to the Harborage. Get the ring to safety.
The ring is yours. Guard it well. I must return to my students to begin the long task of rebuilding. Thank you, but I cannot leave the Valley of Blades. I must bury the dead and tend to the wounded.
I knew you would lead me to the ring eventually. Give it to me.
Your presence defiles this place, Manimarco.
Give me the ring, and I might spare your pathetic lives.
We struck down your Titan, and we'll strike you down soon enough.
The Titan was a prelude of what's to come if you continue to defy me.
Defy you? Your delusions of godhood are laughable, you ignominious corpse herder.
Very well, then. I'll simply take the ring from your corpses.
Blasphemy! How dare you raise the honored dead to fight your battle!
Sai, look out! He's raising Ra'aba!
The next time you hide something from the most powerful necromancer in all of Tamriel, you might reconsider hiding it in a bloody tomb.
Rest in peace, honored dead.
I swear on the souls of my ancestors, I will avenge Manimarco's blasphemy! May the blessings of Stendarr go with you, my friends.
We've done it. We have the ring and we're one step closer to recovering the Amulet of Kings. We might just pull this off.
I'll stay with Sai and Kasura. Get the ring back to the Harborage. We'll meet you there as soon as we can.
The ring is ours for the time being. Guard it well. You must return to the Harborage and give it to Lord Varen. It will remain safe in his keeping until it is time to travel to Sancre. Lyris, Abner, and I will remain here to help Kasura bury the dead and tend to the injured. Lord Varen has been observing our progress. He will open a portal for you to return. There it is, at the top of the stairs. Go, quickly!
The damage is great, but if you had not arrived when you did, there would be nothing left to rebuild. Be safe in the coming days, my friends. I look forward to your return.
The Abbey of Blades will rise from these ashes. If I survive the dark path we must walk, I will return to help Kasura shape a new generation of Blade Masters.
A noble goal, Sai. Perhaps I'll join you. For now, we should see to the survivors.
You continue to surprise me, Sahan. And just when I thought I had you figured out.
You can never know me, Tharn. In the Book of Circles, Divad wrote that the greatest of warriors suffers his pain in silence, for he knows that an open oven bakes no bread.
My great-grandfather, Navus Tharn, put it another way. Better to keep your silence and be thought an imbecile than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
In my mind's eye, I witnessed your battle with the worm cult and with the undead Unsay abominations. Your mission was successful, was it not? I witnessed the Titan's assault and sensed the deaths of many innocents. It is a great and terrible loss. Sahan and the others will need time to aid Kasura. I will contact you when they return and we will begin the journey to Sancre.
You're a fan of poetry, aren't you? How's this then? As I was going out one day, my head fell off and rolled away. But when I saw that it was gone, I picked it up and put it on. Rather like that one. I understand you visited the halls of Torment. Marvelous place, marvelous. I'm not a fan of the tortured screaming, but otherwise it's quite lovely.
Vestige, meet me at the Harborage. We are ready to reclaim the Amulet of Kings.
Honor and faith to you, my friend. Kasura sends her regards. She is recovering quickly, and reconstruction on the Abbey of Blades has already begun.
I know we don't stand a chance against Molag Bal unless we recover the Amulet of Kings, but I'm still uneasy about this. That damn thing has been nothing but trouble from the beginning.
I must admit, I'm not comfortable with this little jaunt. Sancre is in the mountains of Colovia, and Colovians are the worst kind of Imperials. Backwoods mountain men without any sense of decorum. At least Varen will feel right at home.
And so we've come full circle. I led the original 5 companions on a quest to reclaim the Amulet of Kings. At the time I told myself it was for the good of all Tamriel. I was wrong, and now all the world suffers from my hubris. But I wonder, will history repeat itself, or rewrite itself? In truth, I fear using the amulet again. Its power is both great and terrible. Destiny can crush us by fulfilling our wishes just as surely as it can by denying them. To Sancre. It was a holy city in the First Era, founded by Queen Alessia herself. It has since fallen into crumbling ruin. It is in the mountains of Colovia, the land of my youth. But I have little memory of that time. My exposure to the Elder Scrolls stole much of the man I once was. Speak to Saizarhan. He can answer your questions far more accurately than I. Before its capture, Saizarhan hid the Amulet of Kings in the catacombs beneath the city.
The time has come for us to enter the catacombs of Sancre. Do not underestimate the dangers that await us. In ages past, Sancre was a place of light, but I fear that is no longer the case. We must be prepared for anything. I have been through much, but this body is tougher than the great oaks of Valenwood. I go with neither hope nor fear. It is useless to guess at a future that has yet to be written. You may hope if you wish, my friend. I will not judge. My Lord Varen will open a gateway to Sancre. The amulet lies in a vault protected by powerful magic, a ward of Stendarr, the god of justice and mercy. Also a god of well-earned luck. I thought this could not hurt. The catacombs contain 2 shrines dedicated to the divines. We must consecrate them in Stendarr's name. When that is done, the Ring of Stendarr's mercy should open the vault doors. It is written that Alessia received the divine inspiration for her slave rebellion at Sancre, and so built her holy city there. But that was long ago. The city is a ruin now. It has become a dark place with areas best left undisturbed. We should avoid the Crypt of Heroes. I saw enough angry dead there to fill 9 lifetimes. Kasura and I barely escaped with our lives. We will enter through the inner courtyard and avoid it entirely. Now come, time waits for no man.
Lovely. That bearded idiot swordmaster will lead us straight into a trap.
The portal is open. Go now. Return with the Amulet of Kings.
You could have hidden that amulet anywhere in Tamriel, and this was your first choice?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Brilliant. Why is it that the people with the most ridiculous ideas are always the ones who are most certain of them?
Shut up,
Shut
Tharn.
up, Tharn.
I've heard stories of this place, but I've never had the opportunity to come here. I trust Sai had good reasons for placing the amulet in a place such as this.
This is my first visit to Sancre. I must say I'm unimpressed. Alessia's holy city has seen better days, to be sure.
Sancre. Seeing these walls again brings a flood of memories. I do not even know how long it has been. 2 years? 3 years? Time had no meaning in the halls of Torment.
What brings you to Sancre, old friends? Looking for an amulet, perhaps?
Marco, how did you find this place?
Do you really think I'd allow you to escape the halls of Torment if I couldn't track your every movement?
Sai, no! Marco, stop! You're killing him!
Where is the Amulet of Kings? My master, Molag Bal, demands it!
Your master, please. You would use the amulet to betray Molag Bal.
Fool! When I ascended, you could have been at my right hand, Tharn. Instead, you chose to align yourself with mongrels and imbeciles. Now, you'll die with them.
You won't get away with this. Do you really think you can betray a Daedric prince?
With the Amulet of Kings, all things are possible. Nations will tremble and bow before me. I will be a god!
The Amulet of Kings will never be yours. It is protected by a ward of the Divines!
You mean your ward of Stendarr, god of merciful forbearance, patron of gutless, law-abiding dimwits? It won't even slow me down.
Manimarco again. You know, after we've killed him, I'm really going to miss hating that skeever.
Manimarco has been watching our every move. We led him right to the amulet. Manimarco may be powerful enough to break through Stendarr's ward eventually. If we can get to the shrines quickly and receive Stendarr's blessing, we can pass through the ward, but leave it in place. He may not be able to follow for some time.
Sai, are you well enough to continue?
Have no fear, Snow Lily. I am Redguard. We are like mountain bamboo. Far stronger and more flexible than we might appear.
I find it hilarious that Manimarco chose such a massive projected appearance. He's obviously overcompensating for something. It would seem that in his own mind, our friend Sai never really left the halls of Torment.
We must make our way to the inner courtyard. From there we can access the chambers where the shrines are located. Through that gate lies the Crypt of Heroes. We can enter if you wish, but it is a foul place where the dead are restless and angry.
I hate killing things that are already dead. It's just not as satisfying.
Are we done here? Honestly, the inner courtyard is just beyond the next door.
We must keep moving. The inner courtyard is just ahead.
Persistent, aren't you? Do you really think you can keep me from acquiring the
Amulet of Kings is under the protection of Stendarr's ward. It will never be yours.
Ah, Sai. You still don't understand, do you? My plan will succeed because of your ward of Stendarr. It will prevent Molag Bal from observing or interfering. By the time the ward is down and the amulet is mine, it will already be too late.
You're insane if you think you can betray the god of schemes.
Naive child. You know nothing. Chim El Adabal, the red diamond at the center of the Amulet of Kings, is the most powerful soul gem ever created. With the amulet in my possession, I will absorb Molag Bal's power, reducing him to an empty husk of ethereal flesh. Then I will trap his essence within the gem. In time, the name Molag Bal will be forgotten. In time, all of Tamriel will bow down before me. Soon, the god of schemes will have a new name. Manimarco.
I do not like Manimarco as a mortal. I think I would like him even less as a god.
Can't shake the feeling that we're being watched.
Shall we keep moving, or did you wish to continue prattling on endlessly?
We were almost at the inner courtyard. Make haste. Please, a moment, my friends. I must rest before we continue.
Sai, are you all right? That bastard really hurt you, didn't he? I swear to the gods I'll take his head off.
I'll be fine, Snow Lily. I just need a moment to catch my breath.
Take all the time you need. I'll keep watch. If there's anything I can do, just name it.
An enchanting moment. I'll be over here bringing up my lunch.
You better keep an eye on me. I'm getting ready to punch Tharn again. Sai Sahan is nothing if not determined. He once told me that achieving victory is like wrestling an ogre. You don't quit when you're tired. You quit when the ogre is tired. He'll see this through. Don't worry. We're two of a kind. Stoic. Isn't that what people call us? Our hearts are connected, but we don't talk about our feelings. We don't even understand them ourselves. Maybe we'll talk about it someday, but today is not that day. Me, I'll chase Manimarco to the furthest corners of oblivion if I have to. Vengeance is a powerful motivator. And I don't know if you've realized it yet, but under this hardened shell, I'm an optimistic fool who'd take a blade for any one of you.
Tharn doesn't look well at all. Keep an eye on him.
Set's tears. I thought I could handle this. Marco's sorcery brought back all of the pain and doubt I felt inside the halls of Torment. I have pushed my body much further than this. It is my mind that pains me. Marco filled my head with shattered memories. They're like broken glass. With every beat of my heart, they stab into me. That voice, Marco's voice, taunted me over and over in an endless cycle for years on end. He never broke my will, but he broke something. I will make it through this, my friend. I did not endure years of torture in the halls of Torment only to give up now. My pain has subsided. Let us make haste and finish this. We must consecrate the 2 shrines with Stendarr's blessing before the vault can be opened. The first shrine rests in the Dragon Guard tomb, where so many of my fallen comrades were interred. We must take care to respect their resting place.
The Dragon Guard? As I recall, their primary purpose was to enforce the delusions of whomever sat upon the ruby throne in any given week.
The shrine is on the far side of the room. Quickly, we must find our way across.
I have a surprise for you, sire. Do you remember your fallen comrades from the Dragon Guard? I've taken the liberty of raising them, and they're quite anxious to see you.
Again, King of Worms defiles the memory of the honored dead. I have no wish to disfigure the corpses of my old comrades of the Dragon Guard, but we must consecrate the shrine.
Where is this shrine? Let's find it and be done with this place.
The shrine is on the far side of the room. We must be cautious.
I've never seen Sai like this. He's in a lot of pain.
Stendarr, God of mercy, charity, and justice, empower us with your wisdom and vision. Help us to right the wrongs of this world through your grace and with your guidance. Encourage us as we smite the wicked and punish the unjust. Now, we have only to consecrate the second shrine before we can enter the vault.
1 shrine left. Let's move. I don't know if Sai can take much more of this.
1 more shrine to consecrate, yes? Can we please get to it?
You certainly did a thorough job hiding the amulet, Sai. Couldn't you have just stuffed it in a mattress or something?
The second shrine is in the chamber beyond. There is a trick to reaching it. A puzzle of sorts. I do not recall its solution. The altar is on the far side, but to reach it, the drawbridge must be lowered. The drawbridge is controlled by those levers. There's a pattern to it. All the levers must face the same way for the bridge to open. But which way? Forgive me, I'm just not certain. The halls of Torment took a great toll upon my memory. I seem to recall that using one will cause the adjacent levers to switch their positions. Perhaps that will be of some help.
A lever puzzle? How utterly pointless.
Don't look at me. I'm terrible at puzzles. You did it! The bridge is down!
Stendarr,
you really are starting to annoy me. Kill them!
These consecrations. We beseech you to lower your wards and grant us safe passage into the Vault of Kings. We have received the blessings of Stendarr. The door to the Vault of Kings is the only thing that stands between us and the amulet.
Are we finally done with that shrine nonsense? Can we please get what we came for and leave this wretched hole in the ground?
That's the last shrine. Let's get the amulet and get out of here.
Dank corridors, crumbling walls, nauseating smells. This place has all the charm of a Riften brothel. It must feel very much like home to you, Titan.
You mean a crypt filled with the rotting corpses of inbred kings and failed statesmen? Must be what it's like at a Tharn family reunion.
It is much more pleasant in the summer months.
Your pathetic efforts will not succeed! The Amulet of Kings will be mine!
By Stendarr's grace and the sword of my father, you will not win, Marco.
Soon! you will know the extent of my power and bow before me. Through the power of the Amulet of Kings, I will be transformed. All the nations of Tamriel will bow before me. They will worship me and beg for my mercy. All will know the name of Manimarco as their one true god.
You'll never get away with it, Manimarco. We'll fight you to our last breath.
By all means, my old friends, try and stop me.
Get the amulet. Go!
We're almost there. Let's finish this.
There is no time. The amulet! Get to the amulet! There it is. The door to the Vault of Kings. The shrines have been consecrated in Stendarr's name. Now you must use the Ring of Stendarr's mercy to open the vault doors. Stand in the casting circle and direct the ring at the doors to lift the ward. The doors should open wide. Look, the amulet. I can see it from here.
Miserable fools! You are nothing! I am Manimarco!
Keep Manimarco occupied. I'll close the portal.
Minions, arrive! Obey me!
I will hold them at the portal. Focus on Manimarco!
I grow tired of these games.
He's weakening! Don't stop now!
Do you really think that death can stop the most powerful necromancer Tamriel has ever known? This is merely a transition. My first step towards true immortality. Now witness my true power! Watch as I rise up from the grave and ascend to godhood!
Worm! You think you can betray the Lord of Brutality and Domination without consequence? You will pay for your arrogance. You will writhe in agony for the rest of eternity. Your tortured screams will echo throughout oblivion to serve as a warning to others.
It is finished. Manimarco's fate is well deserved. It is time to take the Amulet of Kings and leave this befouled place.
I'll admit, Vestige, I never thought you'd be the one to kill the worm. Take the Amulet of Kings and let's be gone from here.
We did it! I don't believe it! Manimarco is gone! Everything Manimarco did was designed to pit us against each other. We can't let that happen. Look what we can accomplish when we work together.
How uncharacteristically optimistic of you, Titanborn. I may have that embroidered on a pillow.
The Divines gave you a nose for a reason, Tharn, so you can keep your mouth shut and still keep breathing.
Well played, Titanborn. Well played.
We are finished here. It is time to go home.
It is done. The Amulet of Kings is ours once again. Manimarco will pay dearly for the rest of eternity. One cannot out-scheme the god of schemes without paying a heavy price. I cannot imagine the torment that awaits him. Sancre must rest, as must we all. We can sleep a little easier knowing the King of Worms has been defeated, but we cannot rest too long. Molag Bal is still a great threat, and the plane melt must be stopped, or this will all be for naught.
Sancre? Never been there, but I understand it's where the Shriven dynasty is entombed. Why do people even bother burying remains anymore? Seems rather a waste of time these days, what with everyone popping out from their graves. Cremation, I say.
The fortress city of Sancre is one of Citadel's most well-known and regaled sites. It was risky but clever for Sancre to have hidden the amulet in such obvious plain sight.
All that trouble for a hunk of red rock. I hope this is all worth it.
Do you fully understand what it is you recovered from Sancre? Even without being able to use it, the Amulet of Kings is literally priceless. You would bankrupt kingdoms who would take it only for symbolic value. Don't get any ideas.
This amulet is incredibly important. We will protect it until we are ready to use it.
Let us rest and recover. As always, I will contact you soon. Walk in the light, Vestige. The companions assemble once more. Travel to the Harborage. It is time for our final preparations.
They're having an important meeting and asked if I give them some privacy. I mean, do you believe it? Where's the trust? Pop on out to the rubbish tip, Cadwell. There's a good lad. Do I mind? Oh, I have no mind. I'm the village bloody idiot.
You've returned. We have a lot to discuss, but Lord Baron is anxious to speak with you first. We'll talk later.
Be welcome, my friend. I would have words with you, but my lord seeks your attention first.
Don't look at me. Varen called this meeting. Apparently he's got something to share. I, for one, am all a-quiver with anticipation.
Welcome back, Vestige. News of Manimarco's demise spreads far and wide. Like worms, his followers burrow deep into the earth to escape the searing light of the coming dawn. That is the grim truth of the matter. But the Amulet of Kings is in our possession, and there is still much to do. You've done the impossible. The King of Worms has been consumed by the wrath of Molag Bal. The power of his worm cult is broken forever. In my sleep, I hear his tormented screams, and Molag Bal forces visions of his eternal torture into my mind. I can show you exactly what I see, if you wish it. Behold the fate of the King of Worms.
Please, no more! It was a misunderstanding, Great One! Let me serve you! Let me prove my loyalty! No more, I beg of you!
Manimarco's torment will be endless. The god of schemes will use him to set an example. All who follow him will know you cannot hope to betray the greatest of betrayers. I cannot help but pity him, despite all he has done. But this is not why you were called here, Vestige. Come, Saesahan will speak with you first. Speak with Saesahan. He wishes to discuss the matters at hand.
Give the Red Guard your time. He's probably the most sane of these people.
Saesahan has something to ask you.
The greatest of the Sword Saints, Divad, tells us that destiny's a chain, forged one link at a time. Our chain is nearly complete. There is but one link remaining. It is you, my friend. You are the link. I will not bore you with effusive praise, but state it plainly. You are a great warrior and a trusted friend. And we would like to extend you an offer. When Emperor Varen first brought the 5 companions together, he did so in the hope of creating a Tamriel where all men could live freely and safely beneath one banner. The 5 companions failed, betrayed from within by one of our own, the Worm King Manimarco. All that came after was the result of one man's treachery. Now 4 of the 5 are reunited to right that great wrong, but destiny requires a 5th. We want you to join us as our 5th member. You were the champion we should have had with us back then. Don't look so grave. This is largely symbolic, but please, humor an old soldier. My lord, with your permission.
You needn't call me that anymore, Saesahan. We are equals now.
All those years ago, when we fought beneath our lord's banner to free the Empire from the Longhouse Emperors, we did so with a dream of freedom and peace in mind. Not just for the Empire, but for all of Tamriel. Together, we forged a fellowship stronger than any blade, only to see it shattered upon the rocks of deceit by one of our own. That fellowship is no more. Yet we 4 have assembled here, united by a single purpose. It is not vengeance that drives us, but truth and loyalty and justice. I, Saesahan, steward of the Abbey of Blades, call for the 5 companions to be reforged this day by the light of Stendarr and the heart of Lorcan. May our blade of fellowship be forged anew, and may the vestige, our mutual friend and ally, become its tip, that we may thrust it straight into the heart of a Daedric prince.
Sahan is right. You are the member that we should have had all those years ago.
It is as the scrolls foretold. The soulless one will become the brightest of 5 stars, and they shall guide us to the coming dawn.
Oh, please, you melodramatic sots. Fine, fine. If seeing one of your foolish prophecies come true will help to ensure the safety of the Empire, I'll play along.
We stand united once more. The 5 companions are reforged, and together we will strike down the God of Schemes!
Come here, my friend. I've got a few things I want to say before you go. It's been a long road, hasn't it? My father used to say that if you avoid all of life's abrasions, you'll never be polished enough to shine. We must be pretty damn shiny by now. I've been thinking about our adventures and the hardships we've faced together. We're in the last leg of this journey, aren't we? I don't regret any of it, but it occurs to me that we haven't had much of a chance to talk as friends. Where do you see yourself going after all of this is over? I mean, assuming we survive, get your soul back, and stop Molag Bal. Traveling is a humbling experience. You see firsthand what a small place you occupy in the world. Funny thing is, the farther you go, the harder it is to return. But when you do, if you do, you get to see the place you came from with new eyes. Me? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Skyrim and settle down. Squeeze out a few whelps. Maybe raise sheep or grow cabbages. Can you imagine it? Lyra's Titanborn, shepherd, farmer, housewife? I need to be out in the wind and wild. And if I ever find my life mate, he'll feel the same way. My turn. What's your one regret about all we've been through? You're a hard heart, eh? No regrets, no tears, no doubts. Don't look back unless you're planning to head in that direction. I guess that's exactly the kind of person we need right now. Maybe the best we can hope for is to end up with the right regrets. I do regret not taking the time to get to know the people I fought with. I hope to change that. One last thing. You like mead? I knew I liked you. So, let's toast. To Molag Bal, that ugly skeever. May his privates be infected with brown rot fever. May our course be true and our hearts be brave, as we march into Coldharbour to spit on his grave. Let's not forget the struggles that got us to this point. We're almost home. We just have a bit further to fight.
Are you all insane? You do realize what we need to do, right? We have to fight a Daedric prince. Amulet or no, this is going to mean more death. Vestige, come here. I'll tell you what they're afraid to mention. Getting all chummy with Titanborn? I enjoy the company of clever, well-informed people. You really should try it sometime. So, you felled the great Manimarco. Well played. You've done the Empire a great service. Varen and I have spoken at length since you recovered the amulet, and have determined our final course of action. Molag Bal remains a threat, and Tamriel is still in grave danger. First, the plane meld must be stopped. Even now, forces gather and plan an assault on Oblivion itself. You must join them. Then, and only then, can you take the fight to Molag Bal himself, to restore protection to Nirn and reclaim your soul. I know more about the Daedra than any man or mer alive. For good or ill, my family has always kept ties with the forces of Oblivion, and this much I know. One cannot kill a Daedric prince. But we have the Amulet of Kings. With the amulet in our possession, we may be able to wound him severely, and in the process force him to relinquish every last soul he has stolen, including your own. This is where your condition works to your benefit. The ritual we performed with the Amulet of Kings caused the soul burst and damaged the veil between worlds. If the damage is to be repaired, I must attempt the ritual again, this time with you. If we were to travel to Coldharbour, we might be able to harness its power, imbue you with divine agency enough to challenge the Daedric Prince. But there is a price. Calling upon the power of the amulet in this manner will consume someone's soul, utterly. One cannot channel the power of the gods without paying such a price. Unfortunately, you don't have a soul to consume, and I am needed to perform the ritual. One of the 5 will need to give their life to fuel this attack, when the time comes.
So you said before the vestige arrived, and I've already thought it over. I'll do it.
Snow Lily, no. You should not need to give your life this way. This is my duty. Penance for my numerous failures. This is my chance to make things right.
The scroll said nothing of this moment, and so I am not bound to their dictates. Vestige, I ask that you let me do this one thing. All that has happened was because of my hubris. I shall be the one.
Sire, you've done enough. This was Manimarco's doing, not yours.
As the one who will fight the Daedric Prince, the Vestige should decide.
I don't see you leaping to volunteer, Tharn. Saving your own backside again?
Hard as it may be, Lyris, don't be an idiot. I'm the only one who knows the ritual, and we don't have time to teach anyone else.
That's enough. It won't be decided here and now. Vestige, come here. I have some final words for you. It appears we have come full circle, Vestige. Do not be troubled. Any one of us would gladly make such a sacrifice. As Tharn has said, there are already plans in motion to infiltrate Coldharbour. You must be part of them. The chains that anchor us to oblivion draw us ever closer. They must be severed once and for all. When the plane meld has been thwarted and the dust has settled, the 5 companions will gather one last time to face our destinies. The god of schemes must be stopped, Vestige. That is the only thing that matters now. Do not hasten towards this final hour. Take the time to appreciate the things you have, the friends you have made, and the world that birthed you.
I'm not going to tell you to put it out of mind. One of these people is going to have to die for you. Can you make that choice when the time comes? Or will you fail, to the doom of us all?
You needn't make the choice now. When the hour comes, know that we will stand with you and accept your decision.
We'll be by your side for the final battle. In the meantime, we'll prepare ourselves and keep the Amulet of Kings safe.
So, going toe-to-toe with the big bad then, are you? Smashing. Good luck to you. This whole plane meld thing seems like a nasty business. I prefer my Coldharbour with a bit less Tamriel in it, thank you very much.
I can't believe there's still more to do. But whatever the future holds, come oblivion or high water, the 5 companions will face it together.
I know what you're thinking, Vestige. You want to thank me for my noble and heroic effort in helping you defeat that treacherous worm, Manimarco. No need to laud me, though. The world already knows of my brilliance, but you're welcome nonetheless.
The Amulet of Kings is in our possession. The traitor Manimarco has been defeated. But we are not yet finished. The blessings of Akatosh must be restored if Nirn is to remain safe. But tonight, we rest.
I will summon you again when the time is right. Until then, walk in the light, Vestige.